Hello everyone, you're welcome back to this channel. In today's video, I will be sharing with you how to make a block pleated skirt, and trust you're going to enjoy this tutorial. Now, in my previous video, I made a box pleated skirt with elastic band, but in this regard, I will be making that of band, not elastic. And if you're making elastic, or for instance, if you're making elastic pleated skirt, what you are going to do is to use your hip circumference to calculate what is going to be the width of your fabric. Now, but if you're like in this case now is a band box pleated skirt, and in this regard I will not be using the hip to get the width of my fabric. I will be using the waist circumference to get the width of my fabric, of which I've done it already. So if you are interested in that of the elastic, I'm going to drop a link for that so that you know the difference. So let's get started. Now I have my fabric here folded into two. So I will be measuring the width of this fabric for you to see. So the width of this fabric is 78 inches. That is the width. Okay, 70, because it's on fold, you can see this is 39 times 2 will give us 78 inches. Now it actually depends on the waist you're working with. I'll be working with the waist of 25 inches circumference. So I mean 25 inches waist circumference. That is the waist circumference I will be working with. If yours is higher than that, it means you are to work in with whichever waist circumference you're working with. I hope that is clear. So for the length here, I will be making use of 25 inches for the length of this skirt, and that is why, you know, I said it's going to have a band. So what I'm going to do is to take away the width of my band. I will be using that of 1.5 inches as my width. You could use 2 inches, is okay, but in this regard I will be using 1.5 inch as the width of my band. So what I'm going to do, at the edge here, I'm going to remove that 1.5. You can see the way I place it, which means that I'm trying to remove that of the band from the length I'm measuring right now. Now I have my 25 inches right here. So I'm going to mark straight away. So I have the 25 inches right here. Okay, so I'm going to extend it to this part. So I mark likewise. You can see I've deducted the band width. So I have my 25 inches right here. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do all through to the other end, so that I can get my length. I haven't got the length right here, the remaining part here, because I will be using I'll be making use of some inches to fold it at the end of the skirt. So I will be using like a 1.5 inch or 1.25 inch. Let me just use 1.5 inch. So that 1.5 inch is going to be my hem allowance. So I will be marking it right there. So invariably, I will be using like almost that 25 inches at the end of the day. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is just to go ahead. I haven't connected that lines together. I will just go ahead and cut it out, connect the lines. After connecting the lines, then I can now cut it out. So I go straight to connect, to mark the line across the other end like I'm doing right now. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to connect the line straight so that I can achieve a straight line, after which I cut it out. I hope that is clear. So like I'm doing right now, I'm trying to make a connection to the line or the marks I've just made. Okay, can you see? So I haven't done it or haven't connected the lines together like I'm doing right now, as you can see. So the next thing is just to go ahead and cut it out, tracing the line and cut it out. So after that, we can now proceed to the next stage. Now I will be using this plain part as my band. So right now, let me just quickly go ahead and cut this off. Haven't got my desired length for the skirt. So I'm going to spread it out like this. Then I trace that line which I've just marked out to cut it out. So as you can see right here, I've removed the excesses which I have at the down part. Can you see? This is what I'm left with, and this is okay by me for that 25 inches as the length. So right now, the next thing I'm going to do right now, you can see is unfold. If you want to start it like that, so that it will just have one opening at the back, which where you are going to put your zipper, is okay. But for me, I want it to be on the side. I want my zipper to be on the side, same. So that is why, instead of leaving it like that, I'm going to cut this, open this, so that I will have two pieces. So I'll just go ahead right now and open this side to have my two pieces. So carefully, I'm going to open it, making sure that one does not exceed one in terms of width. Okay, so I will just cut it into two equal parts like I'm doing right now. So having done with cutting it into two equal parts, you can see I have two pieces already. So the next thing I'm going to do right now, I'm going to take one of the pieces as you can see me doing right now. So I'm going to work on one of the pieces. So right now we are going to start. Okay. Now somebody may be interested, okay, let me just go by this way. Now you may be confused about how to go about your width. It's very, very simple. Like I said, since this is going to be a band on skirt, what you are going to use is your waist circumference. Now, it depends on whatever is going to be your interval. If your interval, but in my own case here, I'll be using 1.75 as the interval. No, so if I will be using 1.7 inches as the interval, so what you are going to divide your waist circumference by that 1.7 inches, whatever you have is going to be the number of your interval, and it's going to be the number of your interval. Like in this case now, after dividing 25 by 1.5 inches, I have like 14.25. So it means the interval, the 1.75 inches I will be having, will be the total of 14 times. So right now we are going to, I hope you are clear with that. Just watch me as I go. I think you should be able to get that. Now look at it now at the edge here, and because I'm going to add allowance, which I'm going to use to hold it at the side. So instead of 1.75, I decided to make it 2 inches here. So I'm going to mark 2 inches here at the edge here first. Can you see? 2 inches. So after that, then the next thing I will be marking 3.5 inches. That is going to be the pleat. Okay. So I mark 3.5 inches here. Okay. So after that, then I proceed with my 1.75 inches, and I have it right here. Now I proceed with 3.5 inches. The only difference in terms of the width of this interval is just the edge here, the both edge, this edge and the other edge. All other interval is going to be 1.75 inches. So after 1.75 inches, the next thing is 3.5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to mark it right away. So I proceed again. After this is 1.75 inches. So I mark it, I have it here. Sorry, I have it here. So after that, I go ahead and mark 3.5 inches. Have it here. So I proceed, I mark 1.75 inches. I proceed. I mark 3.45 inches. And so this is how I'm going to go till I round it up on this first piece. And whatever I mark on this first piece is what I will be repeating on the second piece, okay? So right now I'm going to go till I complete this. I hope you are clear. So as you can see right here, I'm done marking the lines of importance. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is just to take the second piece. So I will take the second piece, or I leave this as it is like this. Then I place the second piece on it like this, so that whatever I have on this, all this mark can be transferred automatically to this second piece. So this is just to save time. So instead of you going again to mark this, I think this is better, it saves time. So I will just go ahead like you can see me doing, but it must be equal in terms of width and also length. It has to be equal, so you have to be mindful of this. So right now I'm going to place it, making sure that it's on equal width and length before I finally transfer to this second piece. Okay, I will just make sure that I will adjust it to make sure that it is well placed on each other. Okay, from edge to edge. I will also take note, be very careful, be mindful of this on the width here, the two sides here, like you can see me doing. Carefully I'm going to place it, making sure that one does not exceed one, or one is not longer than one. Okay, I hope you are getting what I'm trying to bring out. So having done it carefully like this, like I'm doing right now, so the next thing, and you have observed that it is well laid equally on each other. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do right now is to bank it on each other. So I'm going to use my free hand to do that. So I will just bang it like this. Okay, I will bang it like this so that automatically it will be transferred to the second piece. Okay, so I'm going to open it out like this. You can see it has been transferred. So all I need to do is just carefully to spread it out and remark the lines or the marks. So I'm going to remark it so that it will be bold enough. Okay, so that is how to save time in terms of doing this type of thing. Okay, so I will mark it boldly. Okay, so after doing this, then we move to the next stage. So the next stage is just to go to the machine. Okay, straight ahead, and I will start the pleating. Okay, so maybe in my subsequent video, I'm going to show you another dimension of this. Okay, so you are going to enjoy the tutorial. So the rest part, if the rest part is not clear, don't bother yourself, just do it. That one will not take time. Okay, like in this case now, I can't see it clearly. All I need to do is to help it out with my measuring tape. Since I have 1.75 here, I know automatically that the next one is 3.5 inches. So I will just go ahead and mark like I'm doing right now. Okay, now I know that after this is going to be 1.75 inch. So here is it, I mark it. Okay, then the last one here is going to be 3.5 inches. So I will just simply go ahead and mark it. So you discover that it is, everything is settled on this aspect. So the next thing I'm going to do, right, like I've just said, is to go to the machine and start the work properly. Now what I'm going to do right now is I will be pleating the 3.5 inches interval, not the 1.5. I'm not the 1.75. The 1.75 is going to be the interval. So right now, I'm going to place it like this, the marks together. I hope you are getting it. Let me move it closer. So you make sure it matches each other, that is the marks. Then I will stitch like 0.5 is okay. So I'm going to stitch. Then after doing that, I leave this one. I won't touch this one. Like I said, this 1.75. I will go ahead to the 3.5 inches again. I make sure I match the two marks together. Then I stitch like 0.5 inch downward. So like that till I complete this section. Now, as you can see right here, I'm done stitching it with 0.5 inch. Can you see? And this is what I have. Can you see? And I also went ahead to do it to the second piece. So here is the second piece. Here is it. Can you see what I have? So the next thing I'm going to do right now is just to go to the next thing I'm going to do right now is to iron it. So I'm going to give it a very neat, a very good press so that everything here will relax and beautiful. That is the next stage. I'll be right back. So as you can see right here, I've given it a very nice press. Can you see how beautiful this skirt is? Wow, this is beautiful. Okay, here is the second piece. Can you see? So the next thing I'm going to do right now, and I also went ahead to stitch the upper part here so that this place can relax. Can you see? Can you see how it is? So the next thing I'm going to do, like I just said, is to place it right side to right side and seal the side together. So I place it right side to right side on each other like this. Okay, so right now I'm going to seal the sides, the two sides of this fabric. The two sides of this skirt. So right now I will just go to the machine and seal from the down part to the upper part. So I'm going to seal like 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so I'm going to seal this side 3/4 of an inch. Then I'm going to stop somewhere here. So I'll be leaving like 6.5 space for the zipper. So I'm going to go to the other side, but the other side is going to be closed. Okay, so the other side I'm going to seal from the down part. So this other side I'm going to seal from the down side. So I'll make sure that it's equal before I start stitching. So I seal with 3/4 of an inch from down here to the end, to the upper part here. Okay, so that's the next thing I will be doing right now. So as you can see right here, I've sealed the two sides, but like I said, I've left a little space for the zipper, and this is the zipper I will be using. I will be using invisible zipper, okay, the small one, and that is why I've left like 6.5 inches or for the zipper allowance, that is for the length of the zip or zipper. So here is it. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is just to go to the machine and fix the zipper to the side. So as you can see right here, I've fixed the zipper. Can you see? So right now I'm going to bring it out. Right now. So let me quickly make an adjustment right here. Then I bring the zipper out. Okay, can you see? So here is it. So here is my zipper, very neat. Can you see? So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to fix my band. So in fixing the band, I will have to measure what I have right here. That will determine the length of my band. Although I know it's 25 inches, but you need to measure it. So after measuring it, then I can now bring my band. So here already, I've cut the band, the width. Here is my band. So right now, I'm going to measure the width which I have for this band, so you can see. So right now, I'm going to open it. Now I went also to iron my interface to it. Here is the interface, and the width of this interface is 1.5 inches. So I have approximately 1.5 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do right now, so I'm going to measure the whole width of the band. So I have like 4.5 inches, but I want it to be 4 inches. So I'm going to reduce little out of it, so to make it 4 inches. So right now I've reduced just little to make it up with 4 inches, which is my desired width for this band. So I'm going to remeasure it so that you can see I have 4 inches right here. Can you see? So it's okay by me. So right now you can see I've ironed my interface to it. So the next thing I'm going to do right now, the length of the waist, 25 inches. So that 25 inches, I'm going to add like 2 inches to it, so making it 27 inches. So it's going to be set 27 inches for the length of this band. So I'm going to measure what I have right here. So I have more than 27 inches. So I'm going to reduce it to 27 inches. So, and I have the 27 inches right here. So right now, I will go ahead and cut the excess off. So this is my desired length for this for the band, or for the waist circumference. So right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold it like this. Can you see? So I'm going to stitch this side up to like up to like 2 inches here. So it could be one less than 2 inches or 2 inches to this part. So that is the next thing I will be doing right now. After that, I will now bring it, I will turn inside out, then we proceed. So as you can see right here, I actually stop at 1.5 inches. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do right now is to take the skirt. So I'm going to run the stitch right now at the edge of the waist line. So I will start. Look at the way I had to fold this in like this. So you won't leave it flat like this. You fold it in like this, then you run the stitch. Okay, so I will start sewing from the edge like 0.5, because at the end of the day, everything everything has to meet at this point here, at this line here. So right now I'm going to sew from that line. I will continue from that line down to the other side. Okay, so I'm done fixing the band, as you can see right here. Can you see? So this is the inner. Can you see how neat this band is? So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to attach my hook. So right now I'm going to measure it, making sure that this one does not affect the zipper. So this is it. So I'm going to mark here and this side too. Then I attach the hook on it. So right now, having attached the hook, the next thing is just to go to the down part and hem it. So I'm going to fold it twice or even once. If your fabric is not the type that will just be removing like this, just fold it once. But if it is type that um removes fabric like this, then I will advise you fold it twice. Now, lest I forget, in the process of fixing your band, make sure the length of your band is excess. For example, after measuring the waist circumference, whatever you have as your waist circumference plus the 2 inches allowance for the hook, make sure you add like 2 inches extra or 3 inches. So by the time you are through, then whichever excess is remaining, then you can do away with it. You can cut that one off. Especially, I'm saying this for the sake of beginners, because from experience, at times you may have like on 25 inches, like in this case. Oh, and at the end of the day, you discover that 25 inches which you measure is not up to the band length. So I will advise that whenever you are cutting your band, give excess to it. Make it more than what you have measured on the waist circumference. Thank you very much. Please take note of that. So like I said, is the next thing is just to go to the down part and hem it, and everything is complete. Means our skirt is ready. Okay, so far so good. I've come to the conclusion of this tutorial. Here is the output, or here is the product of the tutorial. Can you see how beautiful this skirt is? I hope you like this. Thank you very much for taking your time to watch this video. To get new updates of my videos, please, I will implore you to kindly click on the subscribe button if you are here to do that, and you click on the notification bell so that you can have access to new updates of my video. Thank you very much. Please, if you have found this tutorial helpful, kindly give it a big thumbs up. Thank you. So till I come your way again, bye for now. Don't forget to share this video out. Bye bye.